Hello, 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 everyone. As you can see, Captain Chris is back. He's better. He's not pregnant, and he's feeling better. I don't know how he did it, but now all my family is under the weather except for Dawn. Who knows?
Thank
Anyway,
God. Thank God.
I would, I
God.
would like I would like to in the beginning here, as we've been doing, shine the light on some people. Um, they've sent in videos. They took the time. Here's this young lady. She's amazing. She sent in her video. So let's watch that, and then we'll get into what we want to talk about today. And here we go.
Hello, I'm Kathy Krepsky from Connecticut in USA. I worked for 17 years as IT specialist, then transferred to sports coordinator still now. I love to cook food to feed people from my heart. I love watching butterflies on wildflowers, and love walking on a beach during sunset. These are my favorite activities. How did I know about Onpassive? A friend of mine told me about this Onpassive. I had enough of MLM. Done. But a friend suggested that I pay $97. If I don't like it, then I can get money back. I researched online on Onpassive. I learned Onpassive products in one platform with the artificial intelligence, AI, doing all the work. We don't need the word. And I am happy to join Onpassive since 2021. Now I am with Team ASL Founders United Team, helping deaf founders understand Onpassive and Ash Mafara's information updates. Now, what would Onpassive to do for me? Onpassive offers resources, and I am looking forward to helping deaf community all over the world to improve their lives. Thank you, Ash's Heart with Humanity. Thank you. I love you.
You're getting a lot better with getting those words in there, Marty. That was almost perfect.
Yeah, but it lined up at the end. But anyway, yeah, I'll get better at it. If they send a script, even if I end it, it usually shows up, I love you, and boom, 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 boom. That was perfect at the end. But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you, Kathy. That was fantastic. We have many more to come. The bigger ones, the longer ones, we have running separate on our YouTube channels. One thing I want to say, don't forget, because we're going to have a lot of videos from all different people. Hold on a minute. I have to answer this.
Good morning, everybody. I guess I'll fill in why he's texting. How rude. No, it's important. It's an important text. I want to thank everyone for the prayers. I am feeling a little better today. A lot better, actually. I ask that you turn all your prayers to people out there like Caesar Jacan, Robin Noble, anyone that's going through stuff. I just was knocked down with a flu symptom. I have lost 13 pounds, believe it or not, with this carnivore diet. I did have a doctor's appointment I went to yesterday because they thought I had some bad stuff in my lungs. It turned out to be just scarring. So I'm feeling a lot better about life. And even if I had bad news, I would still celebrate it. But keep those people in your prayers because they need it. I appreciate your prayers you gave to me, but I felt them. They got me back up. I'm still a little groggy, but I'm not going anywhere. Marty, if I got to fill in for Marty or he fills in for me because of that, so be it. Marty DeGarmo, back to you, brother.
Thank you. Sorry, with all the grandkids having issues, I have to answer. Anyway, what I was going to say, if we will be coming out with many videos, I have been making. It's me and Chris have been making shorts, regular videos, and we post them everywhere. Most of the videos are about someone else. And the reason that is, I believe he believes, yes, we have a platform where we can talk to a lot of people. So I feel the obligation, and so does he, to edify, where I'm going now, edify other people, because it's very, very important. We talked in Heroes, I've talked to many people, the building blocks of a company. Most companies, they get the money or they borrow the money and they build a company. They hire people. They pay them weekly. They get raises every year if they did a good job. And then down the road, when they get big enough, they sell it or they go public. But it's very transactional, meaning you go to work. I did it. Go to work. I used to work many hours, way more than 8, but I go to work and you trade your time for money. But it's limited. And knowing what I know now, I'm going to be 65 this January, is time is very valuable. You don't think it's as valuable when you're in your 20s and maybe 30s, but the older you get, you realize that hourglass has got a lot more sand in the bottom that's in the top. And I look at everything that Ash did for us, which was edifying us to be more than we would normally be if it wasn't for him. No joke. So we talked in Heroes. You'll see videos from many, many people. I just finished one this morning with Gina Leva, Ivy Mix, Mike Ellis, myself, many people. We want to keep doing that because they all have something to offer. But the power of this company, like I said, do I believe that we will have the best products in the world? Absolutely. No question in my mind. Will they be above market value? Extremely. Extremely. More than just above market value. I believe this. Why? By the track record of where we get and how Ash's outlook and attitude towards business and people, mainly people, then business. He flat right out came and said, I'm not a businessman. He's a visionary, and his goal is not like anybody else I know with the position he has. I don't know anybody like it. Like I said, companies get in, they do this, they build wealth, and blah, blah, blah. But most of it goes to the guy at the top. One thing to make clear, will Ash make money from this? Yeah. But it wasn't in the cards. It'll be a byproduct. He's happier that we make money and move on and help other people. But edifying is a really, really important tool in a unique business like Onpassive, because it's a people business. And I don't mean people 101, 102, 103. Actually, people, Marty DeGarmo, Chris Johnson, Ivy Mix, Mino. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on for hours. But everybody that's here, everybody that's that we've met, we meet each other. The building blocks of this company is what Ash is doing, but it's also what we're doing. If you think about this, and here's what I want to tell you. I can't make banners, thumbnails. I can do them, they're okay, but they normally suck. But one of the best banner makers in Onpassive that I've seen, that I know there's many, is Tim Johnson. Like, blown away. Now, does he come on? Does he talk on webinars? Is he got his face on here every day like me and Chris? No. But his talent and what he has done has built and edified all of us in a way, okay? Think about this now. So what should we do, myself, Chris, you, everyone? We should push him up and let the world know this is the guy that did this. Because the importance isn't always who's at the top, who talks more, who's on camera more. He makes stuff look really good so that down the road when the world is looking at Onpassive, and that's coming. Yeah, they're looking now, but trust me, what we think we know, what we think the impact would be, we're wrong. It'll be way bigger than that. And another thing like edifying, it's the ripple effect. We have a lot of people here, and I just saw Narelle and Casey Zevenbergen, Cynthia Deering, Fitmata. What do they do every day? Every day. Every single day. And Delisa Christie, what do? I watch it here. They edify people constantly. And when you edify, it's a ripple effect. We all come here to listen to each other. I hope that we edify people, because part of edification is also training, helping people understand that they deserve what they think they don't deserve. Means to build up and communicating with others. Christians are called to use our speech. This is for the Christian faith. I know a lot of the other ones do too, to build people up instead of tearing them down. We are to minister grace one to another by conveying what? Kindness, blessings, a divine influence to those that hear our words. We owe that to the business, my personal opinion. And I've said this before. The work for Onpassive has been done 99%. We can do 2%. Because most of the 2% is pushing a button or edifying others. And it's very powerful. There's many people that will be watching videos of yours and mine and all the ones I share about all of my family here on Onpassive that will feel this is what I'm missing. It won't just be Connect bringing them in. It won't just be Tracker. It won't just be, if you can let people understand the love and the edification we give one to another, the gratitude. People need it. It has nothing to do with can I convince. There's no convincing in Onpassive. First business I was ever in. First business I was ever in that you don't have to convince. Show them. Let's show people the love one for another. Let's show them that we care for each other. And when they come by a month from now, a year from now, and they watch a video from two guys from two parts of the United States, and they hear and they go, whoa, what's that? Because I want you to remember the two audios from Ash, there was something there that you said, oh, this is different. We can do the 2%. And when you get on a video, remember, when you're on a video, you're not just talking to people in your webinar. If you put it on YouTube, you're talking to people that are watching for the first time 6 months from now, 7 months from now, or 8 months from now. And I promise you this, if people believe that if they come here and they matter, because a lot of people's lives, they feel they don't matter. 40, 50, 60 kids, some people are separated and they're doing everything by themselves. To know that they can take that 20 or 30 minutes and be with friends and family around the world, not family, that blood family, because some of our blood family can be the biggest pain in the butt for all of us. But to get in somewhere where we listen to each other, we care about each other, we pray for one another. There's no walls. We got to build a wall. No, we don't. We got to tear walls down. Let's talk to each other here. And edification is a big deal. I'm going to tell you something that I've done, and I was wrong. I wasn't taking it as being wrong, but it's one little step that I've been missing. I get hundreds and hundreds of emails, and I get a lot of messages. And there's certain people I see, but I'm getting more and more. I love it, and I'll read something that was edifying to me. And in my mind, I go, wow, that was really nice. But I don't write anything. They can't read that I read it. I got it. Like, in other words, I need to take more time to go in and say, thank you so much. You made my day. I've had people thank me for something, and that day, at that minute, they did more for me than I did for them. That's edification bouncing back and forth. It can get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. None of the stuff here I'm telling you costs nothing. Edifying and caring and gratitude, you could reach for your pocket, for your wallet, you could reach for your purse, but it's a waste. And I'm telling you from real 65 years experience, how I was raised by my mother and father, mainly my mother, was gratitude, edifying, building people up. Because listen, you don't want somebody really to act like they care about you. You want somebody that does care about you. You don't want somebody that you think is listening and they're not. They're not. Am I human and make mistakes? Yeah, all the time. But I never, ever go somewhere and think I'm something better. In fact, it makes me feel creepy, okay? I mean, it's nice, it's edifying, I get it, but let's go out. Let's do 2%. Think about what Ash did. He spent unimaginable amount of money in Onpassive. Unimaginable. I mean, I lose $10, I got tears running down my face, okay? No, but I mean, the millions that he spent. Forget what happened, forget who did what. 6 years, over 6 years now, and it's been nothing but a sucking money machine. But what does he do? Even through the crap that he's walking through, the darts, the arrows, once in a while a gunshot, once in a while a cannon, he's dodging and weaving, and in the middle of all of it, he finds a little nugget of gold. He met somebody else in Onpassive, and he goes, wow, what a special person. No joke. And if he can do all that, spend all that money, hire people, take care of people, he takes care of people way more than you think. The day will come, I'll tell you my personal thing about what I've seen, and Chris knows too. That's another novel. That's who this is. So sometimes when somebody writes something about me or does a video, and they do a video about Chris and say, where's your daddy, which is me, I mean, yes, I don't get it. I mean, you're going after me. What am I? King Tut? No, I'm just Marty, New Jersey. If that blows up your boat, do it. Okay? I don't get it. But the point is, I go back to value and edifying. We're just visitors here. None of us are going to leave alive. And it feels so good when I see one more person turn their camera on. We met Franz on Shine the Light. He now comes to trivia. What a great guy. What a great guy. And some of the deaf community who's sending the videos in. Yes, there's a communication problem because I don't know how to do sign language, but I understand their heart. But we got to edify. Let's start edifying each other. Don't look at the negative. You know why? It's there. I'm not going to dig through all the mess of my life and look for a turd. In fact, I don't even want to point it out. Hey, there's a turd. No, I want to look at the good in people. I want to go forward and shine the light on the good of people. We all have problems. We're walking sinning machines. I get it. But it's the strive of what we want to do. Most of the time, I don't think you die one day and you have 0 sin. You work towards it every day. You don't. Here's the funny one. Somebody go all week sinning, going to bars every night, doing whatever they want to do, cheating on their spouse. And on Sunday, they come in and say they're sorry and say, I'm good for another 7 days. Sorry, what happens if you die on Wednesday? Come on. So let's edify one another. Let's keep doing this because the power is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I want to tell you what, you don't need to be a marketer to have people join you in Onpassive if they know that we take care of each other. That will bring in millions of people by itself. Not day one, not all at one time, but you'll see people come in because they smell and they see and they hear edification and one caring for the other. I believe that with all my heart. With all my heart. After, especially Shine the Light. You know what Shine the Light did? It edified people that did it, and it edified me and Chris for watching it. No kidding. It's a ping pong. You give, it comes back. Tennis. You give, and sometimes it comes back even harder. You help somebody that's poor down the road when we have the money or we have the resources, and you give money to somebody that really helps them, and then give them the fishing pole and the tackle and the bait and the boat and say, here, you think you can make it now? Yeah, of course. Help them with everything. Another one is good. And you know what that's going to do? It's a ripple effect. I'm going to give to people. Now there's catastrophic things that happen. It's not the same, but I'm talking somebody that needs help. Help them and say, look, I'm going to help you. I want nothing in return except one thing. When you're okay and your cupboards are full, do the same thing I did for you to someone else. Edify somebody else, help somebody else, push somebody else. Why? That is the difference in Onpassive and any other company. The other ones we know are, is there money? Can I make money? Are you freaking kidding? I just went through market cap with Robin Noble last night on just different products that we're going to be involved with. Trillions. No, I didn't say Bill. B. I said trill. Okay. Yeah. So don't worry about that. That's going to happen either way. We have that, or the product's going to be great. Yeah. Stop worrying about it. We don't have to. Who's doing all this? Ask me for it. 99%. Let's grab our 2% and work on people. Edify people. Build them up. Nobody works harder than some of the people on here. And some of you think I'm not doing enough. Do the best you can of what you can. That's good enough. But a real strong one is edify somebody else, build them up. Really, it'll make an impact we can only dream of. I've been thinking about this since yesterday. Anyway, I'm done. I'm going to turn it over to Chris. Thank you, everybody.
Very good, Marty. Thank you. I love you, brother. Kathy, you did a phenomenal job. Big shout out to the deaf community who keeps sending us these wonderful videos. And as you can see, Marty's trying to get everything to match. So wait a couple seconds on some of these and you'll actually hear some talking, what they're saying, because some people want to know what they're saying. That's okay. We know what they're saying. And shout out to, I'm looking for the Hmong. What happened to my Hmong community? I don't think I've gotten anything from my Hmong yet. So send us some of those videos, guys. I know some of you are real busy, but good topic today, Marty. I'm going to kind of say what Marty's saying, but in a different way. Excuse me. Yesterday, last couple of days, I haven't been feeling so good. So I thought I'm going to sit down and watch a movie. Now, I watched this movie a few years ago when it came out. It was called The World's Fastest Indian. A true story, by the way. I usually only watch true story movies. And as I was watching this movie, he said some things that I didn't catch before. And I kind of want to repeat those. Some of those. You can go watch the movie because it is a great movie. It's about an older guy who spent the last 25 years of his life building up an old I don't know if it was a 26 or 36 Indian motorcycle to go fast. And this is what he spent 25 years of his life doing. He wanted to get to the salt flats, and he did whatever he could to get there, and he got there. But as he's talking to his neighbor kid, a little boy, teaching him a lot of things, and to a girl that was being real nice to him, some of the things he said was, I live more in 5 minutes on my motorcycle than most people live in their entire lives. And boy, when I heard that, I had to think about that. And isn't that true? A lot of us watch things on either YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, and we think, every one of us, I don't care, man, I'd like to do that. But do we actually do it? Not necessarily. We don't get out there and do it. Now, he told this little boy, who's just a brilliant little boy, if you don't follow through in your dreams, you might as well be a vegetable. Teaching this little boy that everything is possible if you believe in it. Everything is possible if you want to put the work into it. You're going to fail, and that's what makes life so great. Now, if you're watching the movie, the little boy says, what are all those? Now, this man, he made his own pistons for his engines. And on his wall, he must have had 30 or 40 pistons that blew a big hole. Boom. He said, yep, those all failed. I'm trying this something new. It's showing him right there, I never gave up. I keep building them, trying to find stronger metals. And he did this all by hand, which to me was completely amazing. And this is way back when. Not only did he get to the salt flats with basically miracles happening for him, he had some of the craziest thing happen to him as he was traveling. His motorcycle, they piled a bunch of stuff on it. He had it crated and it crushed the crate. And luckily nothing happened. When he got to the States, he bought a car for cheap. Told this guy, listen, I can fix some of your cars. Can I use your shop? He welded himself together a trailer and a car, and he's driving this trailer down and the wheel falls off. All right, there goes his motorcycle, flips over. What is he going to do now? He gets a big stick. He don't give up. Sound like someone I know. And he puts this big stick where the tire goes and drags this thing to some house he finds. And there's a little old lady who's got welding equipment and old cars. She said, decannibalize that car. Let's put a different axle on it. In other words, everything that was going wrong, something showed up even better. Does that sound familiar? He just never gave up. And there's a lot more that I could tell you about this, but one of the two things that he said most to this little boy, the little boy came up. Now, he had a whole town surrounding him. And the little boy says, you know that nobody thinks you're going to break any records. Nobody but me. 10, 12-year-old boy, I'd say. And he said, is that so? But you could see it in his face. So this man already knew that I'm going to break records. But to get that edification from that little boy, I actually gave a little tear on that one. Nobody believes really that you're going to do this, but I do. I believe in you. Even the girl he was kind of seeing said, he asked her, you think I can do this? She goes, does it really matter? That's really not what he wanted to hear. And he kind of looked away, but he knew in his heart what he was doing and where it's going to take him. Now, he traveled by ship. He had to actually take a job on the ship to pay for everything. He had literally no money. Finally, he ends up in the Salt Flats. And he says, all my life, I wanted to do something big. As he stood in the flatlands in awe and wonder, he looked around and he says, 25 years I've been wanting to do this and get here. He got there. I got to imagine Ash Mafara once in a while looks to see what he designed and what he built. And he looks at all the people that are in this company and all the crap he's had to go through, dragging a stick on a trailer, flipping over motorcycles, getting beat by people that don't have a clue. And he stood there and said, in awe and wonder, look what I've created and look at the people that are coming along with me. That's what I get out of when I watch movies now. I can relate many things to our brother Ash and what he's doing, what he's done, what he's coming out with. And I got to imagine, no, I'm not going to imagine. I know that eventually we're all going to be standing there and looking at the awe and wonder what one man did for all of us, because the belief in his heart that he could do something better and just keep going. Now, this gentleman, he's from New Zealand, by the way. Really good story. Go watch it. His whole objective was just to go fast. Not only did he set a land speed record, to this day it still holds under 1,000 cc's. He went 201 miles an hour, which no one thought possible. Everything when he got there, they said, you can't do it. It's not safe. He cut the knobbies off the tires to make flat tires, and then he shoe polished them to make them look brand new. Everything about this motorcycle was not safe. As he was going, they finally let him in because they thought this guy's got to drive. We got to do something for him. Let's follow him. So he's cruising along and he gets to 195 miles an hour. He's got 4 cars just making sure he's going to be safe. And the bike started to wobble. And he come up with this idea, I got to put some heavy stuff in the front end. Realized that didn't work. And he said, I have to figure it out. There's nothing I can do right now. When I get to that speed again, I'll figure it out. Bringing his head up, bringing his head down. He did it. So they said, we're going to let you run and we're going to time you. 201 miles an hour. His goggles fly off his head. Everyone is in shock. Oh my God, look at this old guy go. The bike starts wobbling. He turns and he spins and he crashes. By the way, his leg, because of the muffler by his leg, was frying, literally blistering, boiling, but he didn't stop. He actually had a protective gear in there, but because the protective gear was so tight to where he had to put his leg, he took it off. He knew, he goes, here's what he said. Aren't you worried about getting burned real bad? He goes, I got a spare leg. It's okay. He was determined to do this. This is the drive in many people in the world. This is the drive that Ash Mafara has in his heart. I am determined to do this. I am determined to break records. I am determined, even though my village or my town didn't believe in me, but I'm going to show them all because I believe I can do it. Quote, Ash Mafara, I was born to change the world for the better. All right. This guy believed in his heart. I'm going to do this. It'll inspire people. It's going to inspire me. And that little boy was really inspired. Why am I saying all this? I watch movies now, or I read stories. I study a lot about the drive of people, how they got there, the journey they went through. And every one of those people that have completely changed the world had failures, but they just never gave up. Ask yourself this: how many times have you given up? Me, I could say at least 100 times for me. Thought this is never going to happen. Ash Mafara has never said, this is never going to happen. This will happen. I was born for this. And he gets to take every single one of us with him and anyone that wants to join. I, for one, am extremely happy that I got to meet this guy. I, for one, am extremely happy to know that his drive is unbelievable. Not for himself, but for humanity. And I won't stop repeating that because it's the truth. Like you heard Marty say, it's another novel. That's a whole nother novel. I'm going to say this. Netflix, be ready, because it'll beat the Tiger King. It'll beat everything that was out there on Netflix, because you won't believe this story, what he's about to tell. You won't believe the journey he had from a young boy till now. You won't believe the bricks that were thrown at him and why he still does this and why he keeps going. Because he wants better for the world. He wants better for you, for me, for DeGarmo. He wants to just keep going until it's the best of the best of the best. And by God, that's exactly what he's doing. So on that note, happy birthday if you have a birthday today. Again, thanks for the prayers. Turn those prayers into some people that really need them. I appreciate them. Don't get me wrong. I can always use prayers, and so can Marty. But keep those prayers coming and get out of your comfort zone. And basically, out of your comfort zone right now is because of the fear you have. Man, what's someone going to say if I advertise Onpassive? Don't worry about that. You think Ash Mafara, you think that motorcycle guy from New Zealand worried about what people said about him? No, he kept going. They keep going. We have a handful of people in this world who just keep going. And today they're not only successful, but they did bring people with them. But Ash Mafara is bringing records amount of people to be successful, to build legacies, to build wealth. And I, for one, can't wait for it all to go down. And I'm going to be totally blown away. And I'm sure you will be too. Marty DeGarmo, that's all I got. I love you for what you're doing on YouTube. Thank you for all the help. I'm going to say that every day. Marty has worked his butt off literally while I was down. For a couple of days, he kept going. When he's down, he keeps going. Me, I'm a little more sissified. I got to sleep when I'm sick. So thanks again, guys. I love every one of you. And don't let Ash down. Don't give up, because he never gave up on you. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Wow. I am so glad you had nothing. No, because you speak from the heart. That's what it is. One thing I wanted to say is, by the way, we had over 400 people here today. That's pretty cool. I want to give my gratitude for you coming here. I appreciate it. I hope we added value and we added some gratitude to you for being here. I mean that. Anyway, one thing I wanted to say, it just hit me while Chris was talking. And I don't want to embarrass Peter Rogers, but Peter left a post out. And remember, Peter is the person that invited me into Onpassive. And I want to tell you, the reason The reason I even looked at what he had, which was Onpassive, because I trust him. He's a quiet, big-hearted, not a big loud mouth, not just quiet guy. Very treats people unbelievable how he treats people with respect and does whatever he can. Does a lot of work behind the scenes. Doesn't care to be the big face on screen, but he's going through some really hard times. It's one of those times in life that he's going to where you get hit with one thing, you haven't overcome it, you get hit with something else. So he needs our friendship. I'm asking people to maybe send him a note. Let's all pray for him so he gets out of this dark time. It's hard to see the light when you're stuck in the dark. It's easy to say, "Oh, get out of it, shake out." For one thing, that's ignorant because I'm not in his shoes right now, and I've been in places where, many times in my life where it was dark, and somebody saying, "Look at the light at the end of the tunnel." I couldn't see the end of the tunnel, but through the grace of God, I believe the light came, and the bad things that happened in my life, they never go away. But they don't hurt as bad. And part of that is because the life that you lead, and I'm telling you, when you edify and you go help and you hear about all these people, my sister in Onpassive, Robin, is going through a lot of stuff. And it bothers me no more, no less than someone in my family, my blood family. No joke. When I hear about Gemma was going through some problems, we kid with Gemma, we all have fun. It bothers me in here. It really, really does. But we all go through stuff, but it means so much more to people going through stuff to know, and I'm saying this to everybody out there, whoever's watching, your dark days, a lot of times, your family's not the best to go to. And sometimes your dark days, your family's dark days. So where do you go? Onpassive is such a good place for that also. This was a byproduct of a company. When I'm down and out or something's wrong, and I mean, we had stuff like Dawn getting shingles on her face. I mean, that could actually cause blindness. And I went in, and I'm not telling you any kind of religious thing. This is me, for me. I ask people to pray that this doesn't get any worse. Not only did it not get worse, the very next day, it was gone. Call it what you want. I don't care. I don't believe in all these little special twingles and go talk to a tree and all that. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. What makes this world go around is gravity. Who owns gravity? God. What keeps the earth, the moon, and all the planets where they belong? God. When God turns his back, they will crumble. So that means a lot to me. And I want to thank everybody always being there for each other. And if sometime you thought I wasn't, I'm sorry, because I really try to be there all the time. I didn't look at the birthdays, and Chris didn't mention them, so I don't know if there was any today. I send them out when I see them on Facebook, by the way. Is it something you would normally do in a webinar or live? We're not normal. And we're not normal webinar. We're not a normal company. I don't care if it's right or wrong. It feels good. We should do it. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Chris, say goodbye.
Goodbye, Chris. And I did tell everyone happy birthday. There's just a lot of them today.
Oh, is there a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, tomorrow, so you don't have to call Chris, we're scheduled to do 360 at 2 o'clock. Mr. Mufaro will have the link, and I believe if he can, any way possible, If he can, he'll be there.
And if it changes, we'll let you know.
And if it changes, we'll let you know, obviously. But thank you, everybody that came. And this was a good meeting. I feel good. I hope we gave you some value. Anyway, thank you very much.
Bye.